Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining me. This is Marsha with Living Divinity. I want to begin by thanking God for the opportunity to read for all of you today. And I want to thank God for another day here on this earth. God has been so good to me. And He showed me who He was. He touched my heart. It's something that I can never turn my back to. So He's my constant, and I just love Him. So I want to thank God and thank all of you. Thank you so much. So I want to begin talking about the miracles now. And what we have is stillness is the key to success. So there's a meaning here. Stillness is the key to success, as advocated by Ryan Holiday in his book, Stillness is the Key. Suggests that cultivating inner peace and tranquility is crucial for achieving clarity, making better decisions, and ultimately succeeding in any endeavor. It is with stillness that perspective sharpens. It is by stillness that the ball slows down so that we might hit it. Stillness allows us to persevere, to succeed. It is the key that unlocks genius, happiness, and meaning. Okay, so out of my cards, out of my box. So the first one I have is, don't conform to what society or other individuals expect of you. The next one is, no one can stop what God has set before you. Next card, you will be blessed with abundance. God will send one of His into the fire, wearing His armor of faith, hope, and love, walking alone, fearless, lighthearted. And a song came out today by Daughtry, Life After You. So if you have time, listen to that song. There might be some lyrics that might resonate for you. Okay. A red flag. When you keep losing, when you're constantly emptying your cup of happiness or a cup of love and having to somehow refill it. It's very draining. It's very tiring. It's very unsatisfying. What they don't want you to know, do your own research. So you can kind of get the gist of it. The one I wanted to touch on is what they don't want you to know. You have to do your own research. So, a lot of us have aspirations, and we're really not sure how to put that into action. So people around us who we think are our best friends, or people who are our close companions, or people who we're in a relationship with, sometimes they're not supposed to understand. It's for your knowing and for you only. So when you go try to explain it to people so they see your vision, they'll first of all, if they don't have any visions of their own, they certainly don't want you to see and seek out your vision. But they will tell you a whole bunch of why it's not a good idea, why it's not going to be supportive to your lifestyle, or you're gonna find that it's making your life really hard to to be balanced and to succeed. So stillness is the key to your success. Okay, so my love cards. Love does not fear life. So when I wrote that card, it was about like the thought of dying. When you have that fear of dying, that really takes away from your life. So my mother died when she was 44. So from the time I turned 40 to 44, although all my siblings except for one sister made it past that date, that age, 44. But for 4 years, I lived in constant fear that, am I going to outlive my mother? So as I'm getting older now, and excuse me. So someone close to me said that they wished that they could have someone they could count on as much as people could count on him. Through prayer and through acknowledgement, through doing and saying things that uplift yourself versus poor me, poor me. I really believe that when people are feeling that way, that they haven't let God come into their life. And I say that because I was that person once. Once, probably for many years. And now God has made it that I'm self-sufficient and I don't have to rely on anyone else. And the other thing is, we can't entertain even seeking a relationship that is fulfilling when you have taken all of your time to be in that stillness, to heal, to regroup, to rebuild yourself. You can spend time with someone and if they want to know, you can tell them. But if they don't want to take the actions, you're beating a dead horse. So we never want to go into a contractual marriage with someone who's not at your level, because you won't see eye to eye. You won't give each other the freedom to move about. It'll be stifling, it'll be stagnant, it'll be argumentative, it'll be, but you don't see my point. And then, there's people who actually see your point, but they'd rather argue than say, yeah, you're right. So it could go many different ways, but I suggest to you that you work on yourself and you build yourself up. Spending time with yourself is not selfish. You're not weak. You're not insecure. Spend time with yourself. Find out what you need to do to heal and take the steps. So it could be through journaling, it could be through prayer, it could be through your artistic endeavors. Any of these things that enhance your life will help you build you up. Okay. But as far as at the point when I die, I have to realize that, we all fall short of the glory of God. And all I can do at this point is keep God in my life. And say my prayers that the world is getting better, that people are becoming more kind, and people are becoming less intrusive, and people are becoming more healed. And and do all those things for myself, love myself more, and keep my path straight and not crooked, and remember where I came from without shame. Remember the places that I lived without shame. Remember the things that I used to do without shame, knowing that I learned my lesson and I'm never going back to that. And God has touched my heart. He has touched my soul. I invite him into my home. I invite him into my life, into my mind, body, and soul. And that's where I intend on keeping him. And I pray that I always do right. And I just try to follow my guide, my inner guide, my spiritual guides. Okay, so the next is love can bring in the best version of you. Love can bring in hope. Love can soften your tongue. And love can make you choose. And love can make your circle smaller. These are all things to like to make your circle smaller. You realize that there's some people that aren't meant to go with you wherever you're going, whatever you're doing. If they're not for you, then they're not for you. If they're not in and be loving and understanding on a decision that you're making, then they were never for you. They were for themselves. Probably was some behind the scenes, behind the veil things that they never wanted to share with you to keep you where you're at or where you were. Okay, so the next out of the chakras, I pulled the throat chakra, and I'm going to read that for you out of the book. The throat chakra. I speak. The chakra is, of course, located in the throat area. Communication, sound, creativity, and the ability of clairaudience, inner hearing are associated with it. Many artists, speakers, writers, singers, and individuals involved in the creative arts will often have active throat chakras. To balance and stimulate this energy center, try humming, chanting, or singing out loud. It's a great tonic. Most important, if you have something to say, please speak up. When this area is fully activated, don't be surprised if you suddenly become creatively inspired. Okay, so what happened to the rest of my cards? Okay, so next I pulled one of the Bible readings, Psalm 91. So I'm going to read that to you real quick. Whoever dwells in the shelter of the Most High will rest in the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my God in whom I trust. Surely He will save you from the fowler's snare and from the deadly pestilence. He will cover you with His feathers, and under His wings you will find refuge. His faithfulness will be your shield and rampart. You will not fear the terror of night, nor the arrow that flies by day, nor the pestilence that stalks in the darkness, nor the plague that destroys at midday. 1,000 may fall at your side, 10,000 at your right hand, but it will not come near you. You will only observe with your eyes and see the punishment of the wicked. If you say, the Lord is my refuge, and you make the Most High your dwelling, no harm will overtake you, no disaster will come near you, your tent. For He will command His angels concerning you to guard you in all your ways. They will lift you up in their hands so that you will not strike your foot against a stone. You will tread on the lion and the cobra. You will trample the great lion and the serpent. Because He loves me, says the Lord, I will rescue him. I will protect him, for he acknowledges my name. He will call on me, and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him. With long life, I will satisfy him and show him my salvation. Okay? So you see, when you do ask God to come into your heart and you walk that path, you'll see who your true friends are, who really support you. They might not know your path, and they might be intrigued by your path. Regardless, they're not going to judge you. They're not going to say, you're dumb for doing that, or who believes in God, or you're a fool, or anything negative. Okay? So Psalm 91 is a very powerful prayer, and it's like 15 sentences or something. So, okay. Transmute distress into happiness. And that is Psalm 144:15. So, I know you can't read it. I got the screen on really small right now. Psalm 144:15. In various translation declares, blessed are the people to whom such blessings fall. Blessed are the people whose God is the Lord. Okay? So if you want to research, if you don't understand that meaning. Okay, the last handwritten card is our endangered species. So here we have the orangutan. So first I will see if there's a spiritual meaning. Okay. Orangutans are often seen as symbols of wisdom, patience, and strength. They symbolize the importance of intuition, inner knowledge, and the power of solitude. Orangutans are also associated with the concept of family and the need for nurturing and protection. Orangutan spirit animal represents introspection, self-awareness, and deep connection to nature. It encourages you to embrace your uniqueness and to trust your instincts. The orangutan spirit animal guides you to find peace and balance within yourself. Okay? So let's see. Orangutan regarding extinction. Orangutans are facing a high risk of extinction due to habitat loss, primarily caused by deforestation for palm oil plantations and logging, as well as hunting and illegal wildlife trade. Critical endangered. There's two types, Bornean and Sumatran, are classified as critically endangered, meaning they face an extreme high risk of extinction in the wild. Again, it's due to habitat loss, palm oil industry, hunting and illegal trade, forest fires, slow reproductive rate, fragmentation of habits. Okay, as forests are cleared, orangutan populations become isolated in smaller, fragmented areas, further increasing their vulnerability. What can be done? Protect remaining habitats. Conservation efforts focus on protecting remaining forest and restoring degraded areas. Reduce deforestation, combat wildlife crime, promote sustainable practices, and educate and raise awareness. So let's not let that happen to our little orangutans. All right. Next, we have the Psychic Tarot. And the first card we have is material and spiritual prosperity. So someone could have that at this time, or someone could be seeking that. 6 has to do with victory. Okay, the sacral chakra. I'll read that. That's a 2 regarding balance. The 2 means balance. Known as the sacral chakra, the second chakra is located 2 fingers below your navel and relates to emotions, desires, creativity, and sexuality. To keep the chakra balanced and its energy flowing, try dancing, moving your hips and lower abdomen. Use a color meditation and practice yoga. Express your sexuality and nurture yourself, and remember, you do matter. Okay, so we have another 6 now with temptation, major arcana. Temptation is anything that is done in obsessively. It could be wrongdoing. So you're married and then you go to work and you meet this guy or girl and you start being friends. Next thing you know, you guys are sneaking around. It could be working at a bank and learning the whole system and trying to finagle money, and you're cheating yourself when you cheat someone else, basically. Okay, so either someone's in this right now, or they're learning their lesson, or it's past, present, or future. Okay, so next we have Trinity, because it's a 3, major arcana as well, and it's the universe. It's time to turn the page. It could be a judgment. The universe is calling judgment. It could be, it could be a blessing that's coming. Okay, so we have 1 with a new beginning. Prosperity begins. It's 2 hands. They're planting a seed. They're nurturing it. It's growing. It's becoming a strong tree. It's fruitful. Okay, and then we have another 1, which is destiny. Destiny is whatever your destiny is. If you've had dreams, if you've had thoughts, if you've had people tell you something, so it'll be like someone saying, "Hey, Marcia, you look like a rock star," right? And then 10 minutes later, I'm in the next town and I go into a store. "Hey, lady, you look like a rock star." It could be wherever I go, people are calling me a rock star. Okay, so they're seeing in me something that I haven't saw yet. It hasn't been, although all these people are sent to tell me the same phrase, whatever the phrase is. That's really your sign that you're supposed to be a star. You're supposed to shine. You're supposed to not allow people to dim your light. It's your destiny to be who you're destined to be. Okay, so when I was thumbing through these cards, I kind of thought I saw 111 in here. Okay, so there's the destiny card is a 10, which is a 1. Prosperity begins is a 1. Oh no, it's just 2. For some reason I thought I saw 3. Okay, so next we're moving on to the Akashic Tarot. Oh, here it is. It's in these 3. No, it's not. Okay, it's somewhere in here, I'm pretty sure. So 1 has to do with the new beginning, the Akashic field. So I'm going to read that for you right now. Forces. Like the Akashic field, the aurora borealis flows with energy and brilliance as charged particles from the sun interact with atoms in the Earth's atmosphere. The 93 million miles from the sun to the Earth is nothing compared to the limitless consciousness of the Akashic field. All information, power, energy, and experience vibrate within this realm of unending truth and possibility, and every bit of it can be yours. Receive this card upright tells you that amazing opportunities abound at this time. You can increase and accelerate the experience by opening the doors to the Akashic records. Your lifelong energy resonates with universal synchronicity now, so you can explore the records and receive exactly the information that you need and the energy that can help. Engage in this pursuit with a conscious focus. Write your intentions and ask for inspiration. Meditate on the Akashic field and visualize your goals. The universe is ready and willing to align with your heartfelt desires, and now is the time to make them happen. Close your eyes and imagine yourself entering the boundless and brilliant Akashic field. It's almost as if you're stepping upon the Milky Way, and all its stars roll out before you, offering their light and power. Feel this profound force igniting your dreams and lighting your way. 1, again, is a new beginning, and Major Arcana 14, which is a 5, regarding change. Initiation of the Count Saint Germain. So, I'm going to take a sip of my juice here while I'm locating it. And that's a 14. Okay. Standing among the pillars within a beautiful temple, the Ascended Master Count Saint Germain sends his light and energy to the four-robed people who stand before him. It is time for their initiation. This card represents your initiation. It is much more than a change or even a transformation. It's nothing less than your movement into higher revelations of power, insight, and achievement. And the time is now. Some loss of lower vibration relationships, jobs, or activities may be required in order to lift you to the new heights and power that await you. Your initiation can be aided by meditation and study, as well as connecting to the Ascended Masters with whom you have worked for centuries upon centuries. Know that you have shared purpose and activities with the Masters, even if you aren't certain of what they are yet. The disciplines you create now during your initiation and the work you do with the Masters will lift your service to the world and to all humankind. This is a time of enormous uplifting, first in your energy and evolution, then in your manifest outer reality. The power that you hold within will impact every part of your life. Close your eyes and see yourself on the path of your initiation with the Count Saint Germain beside you. Feel your energy and receptivity heighten as your vibration quickens, realizing that there are no limits or hindrances. What's next for you? Okay. And the last one is 8, having to do with power, paths unknown. 8 of Scrolls. Let's see. Woodland animals gather around a woman who stands in a small clearing in the forest. The fork before her breaks into 3 separate paths. The middle is clear and bright. The left is much darker with more trees and growth. And the right is dappled by sunlight, with a few shadows falling here and there across it. This card reveals that you've been traveling on a path that's known to you, and it shows you the way to the expected outcomes. But there are 2 other paths that aren't clear. Remember, if you stay with only the known and seemingly safe, you won't catch the unseen opportunities that can come your way. Some options may be unexpected and perhaps a little risky. Don't be so attached to your agenda that you miss them. Happily, during this phase, you can investigate unknown paths and make the decisions that lie before you with confidence. You are flexible and brave enough to step into the shadows. Stay alert. Extraordinary opportunities abound in the least expected places. Close your eyes and see a path cloaked in shadow before you. It might be a little scary because it's unknown. Step right into the shadow and feel yourself fill with the excitement of uncertainty and unknown opportunity. Are you ready for a surprise? So sometimes we are bred to, and I say bred like B-R-E-D, into feeling like taking a leap of faith is risky. If you're taking a leap of faith, I believe that you will succeed. So, on my journey, I studied tarot I've been studying since like 2018. And during that time, I was doing my artwork. And even when I came here to Guadalupe, I was still doing artwork and still studying. And I decided one day, I'm just going to start reading. I'm just, if I stumbled, then it's learning, right? So, I believe my path is to tell stories of things from my past to help others heal and help others know that they're not alone. They're not the only one to have ever gone through this, whatever it is that people are going through out there, and never feel like there's no way out. Because if you feel like there's no way out, then your last option is possibly suicide. And the suicide rate, I haven't really checked, but we have a lot more troubled youngsters. We have a lot more troubled parents who became parents too early, or lots of struggle, lots of the unknown, people who lost their guidance. My guidance was my grandmother. My mother, she really didn't talk too much. She was more of the matriarch. She just kind of like was there to make sure that we were fed and we had clean clothes and we got our house chores done, teaching us responsibility, teaching us the difference between right and wrong. My grandmother was one that did a lot of Bible study with me. And I say that, she holds high places in heaven. And she's never really left me. But it's true, sometimes I feel alone. But I know that God's here with me. I know that life, the love of your life, like, you have to start loving your life, because tomorrow's not promised. And when we get that set in stone in our mind, we begin to make changes. We begin to, softly look at ourselves and don't over criticize the things that we did wrong in our past, because who we were in our past were not who we are today. Okay, so I just say to you that be kind to yourself, and when you're kind to yourself, you can surely learn how to be kind to others. Okay, so next we have out of the native spirit, we have the flowing river. Everything is falling into place because you aren't resisting the drift of the great river of life. It's time to let go. You are entering a period of gracious ease and flow. All is unfolding perfectly and with good timing. When you're in a state of flow, you aren't pushing the river to go faster, and you aren't swimming against it. Let go of the shore and enjoy the ride. Your native spirit wants you to know. Rivers have personalities and carry energy just as animals and plants do. From the Maoris to the Australian Aborigines and to other native cultures throughout the world, it's believed that it's important to listen to the language of the river. If you aren't feeling the smooth currents of life, it might mean that you're trying to control situations and that you're being self-critical or judgmental. The way to move into flow is through gratitude and appreciation and by allowing others to support and help you. Heed the Native American saying, it's best to ride the horse the direction that it's going. This means that when the card flowing river chooses you, you're being told to let go and go with the flow. If there is something or someone you need to forgive, this is the time. This is also the time to forgive yourself and just let go. The journey as you shower and the water flows over your body, imagine that everything is flowing in your life. Spend time next to a river or stream and watch the flowing waters. Use it as a metaphor to let go and enter the flow. So I haven't gotten that one in a while. Let's see. Next we have a divine feather. And that's the feather, and it is the peasant. The time is ripe for creation and connection. Focus your attention in these areas. The modern pheasant is a larger bird that dwells in the hedges, brush, and grassy areas. First traced back to an area in Greece near the Phasis River, from which they derive their name. They are now considered a domesticated bird. For this reason, they have a symbolic association with family, life, and fertility. Their long tail feathers, commonly called plumes, are associated with sexuality, fertility, creativity, and the expression of this energy. Pheasant feathers are varied in stripes, tapering in size, and are generally warm in coloration. These traits are also associated with feathering the nest or creating a vibrant, comfortable home life. This divine messenger strolls in to share the gifts of renewed creativity and fertility in all aspects. Have you lost interest in a satisfying and fertile home life? With its warm colors and beautiful plumes, pheasants reminds us how important it is to have a place that feels harmonious and supportive. Not only do these energies enhance deeper connections with a partner, but they also provide fertile ground for creativity. Sexual energy is the creative force that manifests in many ways. It can generate new life in physical form or fuel creativity in projects and ideas. This may be an area you've neglected while busy working on other aspects in your life. Now is the time to stop and direct attention to your methods of connecting and creating. All right. So the energy is creativity, fertility, sexuality, the season all year round. Element, earth and air, color, brown, white, cream. The affirmation, I am vibrant, vital, creative, and alive. So I'll say that again. The affirmation, I am vibrant, vital, creative, and alive. Okay. So next we have the Archangel cards. So we have the Two of Michael. It will all be better if you just make a decision over analyzing a problem. Find a compromise. 2, regarding balance. Ace of Michael. Well, Ace is the one for new beginning. A wonderful new idea. Don't allow bumps in the road to hinder your progress. Clear up communication problems with others. The 3 of Michaels has to do with Trinity. Heavenly Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. Release the past. You will grow from the situation. Time heals all wounds. Okay, next we have Major Arcana, solutions. 5, 1 plus 4 is 5, so it has to do with change. Success that comes from objective compromise, self-control and patience, forgiving and healing energies. And we have the leap of faith as 0. I consider that to be never ending, right? Kind of like the 8, but it just has one loop. Okay, the leap of faith. Archangel Metatron. Believe in yourself, listen to your heart, do what gives you joy. And the last card, 7. 7 has to do with spirituality. 7 of Gabriel. Stand up for what you believe in. Have confidence. Claim your personal power. Claiming your power is like, when you are too submissive to someone else, you'll do it just to get along. You'll do whatever just to make it work. But if you're the only one giving, then someone's is only receiving, right? Because if you're only giving, someone's not giving something back to you. So you say, I'm taking my power back. I saw a vision in you. I see the greatness that you could be. But if you're unwilling to go through the healing process, if you're unwilling to do what's right for you, you will stand alone, like away from me, okay? Because, I already raised my daughter. She's 28 now. Actually, she's 29. She turned 29 last month. And, I had her stripped from me, actually, and through a series of twisted truths, stretched truths, or total lies, I have to just let the past be as it was. And do I invite her in my life? Yes, I invite her in my life. But if she doesn't reciprocate that, then I have to reciprocate what she's given me. A lot of people say, you ought to just keep loving her, you ought to keep just giving to her. And the lesson is, you treat people the way you want to be treated. So, I have to realize that she's an adult. She makes her own decisions, and if there's no room for me in her life, then she's not for me. And it's not because I don't want her to be for me. It's not that I don't want her in my life. She doesn't want to make room for me in her life. And she'll have to live with that. Because unless, God forbid, something happened to her soon, I'm going to be gone long before she's gone. And so she's going to have to live with those thoughts, those actions, those words that we had a chance to make a go at it. And it's not to say that I wouldn't give her another chance, but my boundaries would be, she has to understand I'm not her friend, I'm her mother. And I will always give her the best advice that I can. Why would I give every Tom, Dick, and Harry, Mary, Joe, Linda, whoever out there, my best advice and not give it to my own child? But, life is, such is life, and I have to accept that, and I have to go with my own flow. I have to learn to let go. I have to learn to not be attached to where, I become obsessed or become angry or become frustrated. It's just better if I just let her go for my own health, for my own insanity, for my own truth. And, I believe that she's probably had these actions her whole life, and it was due to how she was raised. She was raised a certain way when she lived with me. She was raised a totally opposite way when she was living with her dad. And, I basically told her, you want to be like those people over there? I said, all they do is gossip. All they do is create havoc. All they do is talk about each other in negative ways. It's not like, I'm having dinner over here and my sister's here, and I say, hey, Tina did a real nice job on this. No, that's words that would come out of my mouth or something like that, And I'm not perfect, and I will speak the truth. Sometimes the truth hurts, but I'm not here to entertain gossiping. I'm not here to entertain lies. I'm not here to entertain betrayal. I'm not here to entertain mischievous people who get a giggle, who get off on hurting others. In other words, they say things at the expense of that person. And my time and my life is valuable. And, if people can come straight and know that I'm going to be straight with them, then there's something to work on. If not, then I just have to let it go. So, someone needed to hear that. So, moving forward, I got the messages from the mermaids. Magic. You see the moon's out. It's a little bit nighttime. There's a magic ball. So magic can be done at night. Magic can be done during the day. Magic can be good. Magic can be bad. It's the words that we use. Spell, I cast a spell on you, right? Spell. I spell a word. When I speak, I'm spelling. So be careful what you say. I would never wish harm on anyone. I would never wish for anyone to fail. I would never wish hardship on anyone. I would never wish that any foundation is burned down. I would never wish that death be upon you. You just don't do those kind of things, because it will come back. It will come back, and it'll, say I'm the one saying things, right? And I have a husband. Oh, that's so-and-so. I wish he would die. I wish she would die, right? It might not happen to me, but it'll happen to someone very close to me. It'll happen. I truly believe my second husband, I believe he had negative attachments on him, but I believe there was some spell work done on him to make him decline from who he was when we first got married. It's the negative attachments, it's the thoughts, it's even words that I have spoken, all these things that made our relationship deteriorate. It happened for a reason. I mean, if someone casts spells on our relationship, then they're going to get that back in their next relationship. If they, the thing is if you have a weak mind, if you haven't strengthened your mind, then you can have people put things in your mind, and then it starts manifesting, it starts multiplying, it starts growing. And if your manifestations are in the wrong direction, then your foundation will crush. Okay, so magic, it's good, bad. Choose it, use it, but it's your choice in how you use it. I say use it for the good. Okay, the next is the future. So what do we see in the future? There's another globe. All right. So someone needs to ask for help. So I myself, getting ready to relocate, and going to try to keep the town and the area quiet so I can have my peace. And so my new location is going to be unknown. That's what I'm saying. But asking for help. Yeah, I need some help. I need someone to help me do the graphic arts. I want to start creating. I want to start creating my t-shirts and creating, doing my paintings, that sort of thing. So, you know, sometimes you ask God, bring me that person or those people to help me. And, you know, just stand in the faith that you know that God's going to come through for you. Okay, so have some time of relaxation. Maybe you've been working too hard. It's time to relax. Do something that you enjoy that's relaxful. It could be a spa day. It could be floating out in the ocean. It could be, you know, getting into a raft and going down a slow stream. Whatever it is for you. It could be staying in bed. Okay, solitude, that's being alone. Always be okay with being alone. You know, I have 4 brothers and 4 sisters, and we've lost some. And then I have 2 baby sisters after me that, you know, never made it for like a year. They only lived less than a year. So I've always had people in my life. I've always been in a household with people. And when I went into the Navy, there was always the berthing areas, right, where it's 150 bunks in one big room. So there I was always with someone. And then when I got married the first time, although it was really a lonely relationship, we lived under the same roof for 18 years. And then my second one was 16 years. So I had to learn to live alone, and I'm very comfortable living alone. Doesn't mean I don't want someone important in my life. You know, I still want that. I'm just very selective, and I'm choosing better for myself. Okay, so the mystery of life. You can worry about it, or you can get excited about it and take it and run. So we're getting kind of close. So I got my Tattoo Tarot, 8 of coins. So someone's building. Sometimes you don't need to build. See, wasn't there a Take a Leap of Faith card? Someone might be worried about building. I have to have this, I have to have that before I move forward. You know, sometimes you're spinning your wheels, you know. Sometimes you get sidetracked, you get distracted. Whatever that distraction is for you. So the 5 of Swords is competition. So someone could be competing with you, or your person could be competing with others, or hopefully you two aren't competing against each other. That sucks for a relationship. Okay, 8 of Cups, walking away, because maybe someone sees a 10 of Cups down the road, and maybe they found out someone was doing magic on them during the night. Okay, I don't know. Or maybe they're a master manifester, and that's when they do it. Could be, you see there's 2 people, or 2 dogs actually, but it's like they're together and they are doing things under the moon. Or that could just be spiritual. They're spiritually together, but they're really separate. So these 2 people, if you're separate, you could enjoy walking during the evening and checking out the moon just as well as your person. So that's going to be the end of our reading. I am going to post below the angel number, which is the Ace of Wands, new beginning, passion, the 10 of Wands, which is going through a lot, having the strength, and the 10 of Swords, that is being backstabbed, that is being caught up in your own head. It could be a multiple different things. So the angel number 111 is going to be below. I want to thank all of you. God bless you all. And if no one has told you that you are loved, I love you. Bye-bye.